One of the most challenging things for so-called black people is not knowing who they are, not knowing really who they are. We, yes, in a whole, could say we are African descendants. We come from African descendants. True, valid, but we don't know our ancestry. And see, the difference between a descendant and ancestry, descendant is what has died off. Your ancestry is what was left because you are here. So what is here right now and what has been here for a very long time. And that's the challenge for so-called black people, is that they can claim a lot of things to be, but they don't really, quote unquote, have knowledge of self about it. Meaning, when you have knowledge of self, of who you are, like, for example, an Irish person, an Italian, a European from England, a British, have certain culture traits, and they know, quote unquote, their history. As a lot of times, many that will be in America will go back, quote unquote, home to go visit their homeland. And the thing about so-called black people is we can say the continent of Africa is our homeland, but where in Africa? Because England, UK, Ireland, Poland, Italy is a quote-unquote nation or slash country. So that's one place, but Africa is a continent. So where are we, so-called black people in America, from? And that's always the challenge and the problem for so-called black people, is not knowing really where they're from. Now the challenge for Moors, or quote-unquote Moorish Americans, Moorish American nationals, man, is having knowledge of self, and it either not having the correct teaching, or have not yet completed in study, which is a lifelong study of self, to present self in front of masses as a nation. That's the challenge for Moors, is knowing who they are, knowing where they're from, but don't completely know correctly how to claim it correctly. Now, as of today, you can identify yourself as anything walking or non-talking. And claiming to be who you are comes with a responsibility. So when it comes with responsibility, having knowledge of self, meaning you have to carry out your tradition of your culture. And that is a challenge for Moors, is being in a culture, learn about their culture, but being, quote unquote, so-called former, excuse the bell, former so-called black people, and presenting yourself in front of so-called black people. Because your environment has changed, your culture has changed, your tradition has completely changed from a knowledge of where we come from, Africa, and we were brought here as slaves, to know we've been here and this is our land.